Hello, this is Steve Jacobs, president of the IDEAL Group. This short video is a high-level overview of the functions of our recently released Android smartphone app called Smart Home Helper. Before trying to use the app, we highly recommend reading the user documentation, which we will cover a bit later in this video. Smart Home Helper is a no-cost to the user Android app that enables individuals who are nonverbal and individuals with speech disorders such as stuttering, apraxia, and dysarthria to issue verbal commands to control voice-activated smart home devices. Smart Home Helper uses Android's text-to-speech capability to enable users to create, organize, and issue smart home commands using human-sounding synthesized speech in 63 languages. Smart Home Helper was developed under a grant from the National Institute on Disability, Independent Living, and Rehabilitation Research, better known as NIDILRR. NIDILRR is a center within the Administration for Community Living within the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. After downloading, installing, and then opening Smart Home Helper for the first time, you will need to read and accept our liability disclaimer and grant the permissions needed to use the app. If you choose not to accept either of these, you will not be able to use the app. The first screen displayed by the app is the home screen. This is the screen currently being displayed. You'll see 5 default buttons that provide easy access to your device's reserve battery power, phone dialer, email, camera, and photo gallery. You will also see 2 additional buttons that are for demonstration purposes. Each of these 2 category buttons, when tapped, will open and display a small collection of smart home text-to-speech command buttons. One sample collection is designed to control Google Assistant, and the other, Amazon smart home devices. Let's see how the buttons work. I just happen to have an Alexa smart home device sitting next to me. I'm now going to open up the category Amazon Smart Home Device commands. I'm now going to press the time button and then the date button. In both instances, you will hear the text-to-speech command being issued by the app and then Alexa responding to it.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:37 p.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Thursday, August 26th.
Next, I will overview the functions of the app, starting with the title bar at the top of the screen, and it's labeled Home. To the right of the word Home is a search icon. This search feature allows you to search for command buttons using any words contained in those command buttons. Further to the right is a toggle switch that toggles the layout of the command buttons between grid and list view, and this is what the toggle switch does. That is list view, and this is button view. On the far right of the title bar are 3 vertical dots. This is the app's drop-down menu. I'm now going to tap it. The first menu selection is Settings. The Settings selection enables you to configure the look of the command buttons you create. You can change the overall settings for text size, font color, and background color. The next menu item is called New Button. When selected and expanded, the button type drop-down menu, you'll see two options. The first is Smart Home, the second is New Category. The Smart Home option enables you to create customized text-to-speech command buttons. The New Category option enables you to create category buttons just like the Google Assistant command category and Amazon Smart Home command category buttons previously demonstrated. The category button should be created when you need to organize groups of buttons having something in common. For example, all music command buttons, all Google Home command buttons, or all Amazon Smart Home command buttons. It's important to note here that category buttons appear at the same level from which you create them. The new button from code selection, the third selection down, enables you to add buttons created by other Smart Home Helper users. After receiving a button code via email or social media, you simply enter it into the Enter Code field provided, and the new button will automatically be created within the category you are currently in. Instead of doing this, you can instead scan a QR code, which is automatically created and included with each button code someone sends to you or you send to someone else. I'm now driving down into the Smart Home Device Commands group button so you can see the commands, and I'll go through the next menu items. First, the Delete button, and it is exactly that. Tapping the Delete button menu selection tags all of the buttons you can delete with a small red circle containing a horizontal white bar. You can now tap the button you wish to delete. Lastly, tap the Done button. The Edit button, next in line, that selection enables you to change the existing attributes of existing buttons. Tapping the Edit button menu tags all of the buttons you can edit with a small green circle. You can now tap the button you wish to edit, and lastly, tap the Done button. The next menu selection is the Share button. The Share button enables you to share command buttons with other users of Smart Home Helper. Tapping the Share button menu tags all of the buttons that are shareable with a red less than sign. You can now tap the button you wish to share. Lastly, tap the Done button. Next is the User Documentation menu selection. Reading the user documentation will help you understand and master all the features of Smart Home Helper. The user documentation is made available in multiple accessible formats. The last menu item, Feedback, enables you to send messages to our developers in support of further improving Smart Home Helper. Well, that's it for the overview. We hope you find Smart Home Helper useful.